What's up, gang? Got a couple things in the Riverside Health and Fitness news this week. First thing we want to talk about is we missed everybody on Memorial Day, but Raquel and I both feel like it's really important to take that day off. I know some gyms around, they want to still work out, they want to be open. But the fact is, we just feel like there needs to be a day where we remember the people that died for this country. They died in the line of service so that you and I could have this day, one day, where we just remember them. We could have the freedoms that we do because other people gave their lives. And always remember that freedom is not free. There's a lot of people in this country that have paid the ultimate sacrifice so that we can have the freedoms that we do. Other thing we want to talk about is Roland Juarez. Congratulations. He won the recent competition, which was how many times people were logging in actually doing the workouts that the rock star has been putting online for people to do, because a lot of you still feel uncomfortable going or coming into the gym because of the COVID virus. We get that. So we had a little competition, and Roland won. He did the workouts at home more than anybody else did. So he got a little gift card and a T-shirt. Next thing we want to talk about is speed training. So our next competition is going to be how many burpees can you do in 2 minutes. It's a nice friendly competition. If you can't compete, if you can't do that, don't worry. We'll have another competition, which our big competition this year is our physique transformation competition. That is, what can you do with your physique? How good can you get in 3 months' time? And that's why we exist, to help you get as much gains as you can in that 3 months. It's a $25 buy-in. All of the money goes to the prizes. And we have a big party at the end of the year, which we're going to give that money away. Why not? Why not try to, even if you don't win, but you try real hard to win, the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to be in better shape in 3 months than you are now. And for $25, that's not a bad deal. So even if you're not a member of Riverside Health and Fitness, come on in, sign up, maybe become a member, let us talk to you, maybe we can help you out. Last thing that I want to talk about, or that we want to talk about today, is how to get through our recent competition of burpees in 2 minutes. How many burpees can you do in 2 minutes? And so, wanted to talk to you also about the benefits of speed training.
So we have about 10 benefits in regards to speed training, and we took this information from Runner's World magazine, and I'll have that link at the bottom of this video for anyone that want to reference that. One benefit of speed training is a stronger explosion. So when you start running or doing any kind of exercise, if it's high interval training or doing a dash, immediately your body goes into an explosive movement. And what that does is it trains the nervous system and muscles to force production of explosion. The second benefit of speed training is more muscles. So a couple of weeks ago, we talked about the difference between fast twitch muscles to slow twitch muscles. With fast twitch muscles, you get more of a muscle gain. And what scientists have discovered is that after 25 years old, an individual goes through what's called age-related atrophy, and that's when you're losing muscle mass at a rate of 1% every year. So that's scary for many people that are, of course, an average individual trying to gain muscle. The good news is you can actually train and slow the rate of age-related atrophy by doing speed training. So what they found, a lot of scientists have found, is that as you integrate speed training into your workout plan, you actually reduce the rate of age-related atrophy by half. So that's actually good news for many people that are concerned about that and want to gain muscle. The next one, the third benefit, would be a better fat burn. So you notice with me and Kenny, we did talk about a marathon runner to someone that does sprinting, and their bodies being very different. And it's because it's due to the fast twitch muscles to the slow twitch muscles. When you are using your fast twitch muscles, you are actually using more of your fat. So with speed training, what it does is it spares carbs as a mechanism to be used for energy, and actually goes right into your fat. So your fat is being used 100%. And when you use your fat for energy with speed training, it resupplies your first response anaerobic system and fuel recovery. The fourth benefit would be reduced risk of injury. So that's kind of a surprise for many people, because when you think of speed training, you think you're more likely to actually get injured. Well, actually, what happens is you're extending your legs, you're gaining more flexibility with your hamstrings with dynamic movements. So your range of motion has increased. So that happens. You're also using more muscle and muscle fibers, and you're directly strengthening muscles that are prone to injury. The fifth benefit would be stronger bones and connective tissue. So we know that with bones and with tendons, they're living tissue. And Stanford actually conducted a research in 2008 and published it, and they were following runners to non-runners and have found that runners actually had less likelihood of having knee and hip replacements. So again, that's a surprise for many people. I know a lot of runners that actually had to go through knee replacement, and it's only due to the body mechanics of running. They're pounding their legs too hard on the pavement. They're not conditioning their body. And here at Riverside Health and Fitness, we're all about recovering and stretching properly and even warming up properly. So a lot of those factors can be as a result of training wrong, especially runners. So being very mindful of that is important. And actually going back to studies like this have shown that, this is beneficial, speed running or speed training. The sixth benefit would be improve exercise economy. So exercise economy is just, that really means how efficient you're using oxygen at a certain speed. So when you're doing speed training, you're actually improving your exercise economy. So for instance, if you were to integrate speed training every week, you've increased your speed each time you've noticed doing the same thing, like a burpee. So if you're trying to practice for our competition, you're noticing you're putting in more burpees per time, because now you're increasing your nervous system component of exercise economy. So when you improve exercise economy, you're sparing more oxygen per time that you're exercising. And as a result, you're going either faster, or if you're actually just keeping a consistent speed, you're exercising longer. So that's, again, good benefits of exercise economy and knowing what that really means. The seventh benefit would be more anaerobic endurance. So what a lot of people don't understand is when you start exercise, the first 30 to 40 seconds, you're actually using anaerobic energy. So by integrating speed training into your exercise, into your workout plan, you're building endurance by lessening the fatigue associated with anaerobic energy production. Okay, number 8, we're almost done here, is better balance, and I may butcher this word, so I apologize. Proprioception. Oh, I said it right. Proprioception.
Wow.
And proprioception, wow, there you go. Proprioception just means awareness of body position and movement in space. So, it goes hand in hand with, again, speed training, understanding your lane, where you're at, but it increases balance by working your nervous system and muscles. Okay, number 9, improve agility. So soccer players can benefit with speed training because you go through sharp turns, you dash to the left really fast, you do running crossovers. Football players can benefit to it as well. But even your average person working out, this can optimize just who you are as an individual wanting to physically get better. So by doing speed training, You're helping navigate exercise optimally by improving neuromuscular communication and strengthening. Finally, number 10, easier movements. So again, what speed training does is it strengthens tendons and nervous pathways and makes you stronger, faster, and more effortless in your workout. So again, all 10 of those are huge reasons why it's important to, no matter what age you are, whatever fitness level you're at, important to have speed training in your workout plan.
So the question comes up, how do you train for speed? And I'm just going to take it right to the weight room because that's where I've got most of my my expertise, if you want to call it that, over the past 40 years. I can't believe I've been working out for 40 years.
Wow.
I know, it's a long time. So how does that translate? How does speed training translate into the weight room? And then how does that training translate into other things like track and field, swimming, whatever it might be? The number one thing you have to do when you speed train is warm up, because you're going to be doing explosive motions with your body. Those explosive motions, if you're not warm, you can really damage joints, and you can damage them for a long time. You can pull hamstrings, and I knew one guy, he had a hamstring injury for 18 months when I met him, and it had showed no signs of going away. And it's just because he didn't warm up before he started sprinting. Not too bright. You got to warm the body up, especially the older you get. So with that said, once you're warmed up, if you just want to take a push-up, for example, we talked about a couple of videos ago, we talked about the difference between fast twitch and slow twitch muscles. This is going to be mostly fast twitch muscle. If you look at sprinters take a picture of a sprinter coming across the finish line, and he's in that motion, he's just ripped. He's got nice big muscles, toned, looks incredible, looks almost like a bodybuilder. But if you take a picture of the slow twitch guy, the marathon runner, who's been doing the same pace for 3 or 4 hours, not a lot of muscle tone. Well, that big muscle tone comes from fast twitch fiber, and that's what we want to talk about. That's what you want to focus on when you're doing weightlifting. So let's take just a bench press. If you're coming down and you're doing a bench press nice and slow up and down, you're not really working speed training. I mean, you are to some degree, but if you want to up the ante a little bit and you want to work those muscles more efficiently for speed training, you're going to come down. This is called a negative portion of lift. You're going to come down slowly. And once it touches your chest, you're going to push it off your chest as hard and as fast as you can. Same thing if you're doing a push-up, works the same muscles. You come down very, very slowly. Once you touch, you try to throw yourself off of the floor. You see guys doing clap push-ups, okay? They're throwing themselves off the floor. That takes explosion, and explosion is what builds fast twitch muscle fiber, but it also builds speed. So if you're not too worried about speed training, you would just do a nice slow motion doing bench press. And you can apply this to any lift with any muscle group. Nice slow motion. But if you want speed, slow on the negative portion of the movement, fast on the other part, which they call the positive portion of the movement. You can go with the terms eccentric and concentric. I'm not going to bore you with those. Just know that giving into gravity is the negative, pushing away, the exertion, is the positive portions of the exercise. So concentrate on explosion and as fast as you can on the positive portion of the exercise. And that way, any exercise, any weightlifting exercise becomes a fast twitch training, which is also efficient in your speed training. If you have any questions about any of the things that we've talked about, speed training or marathon training, whatever it might be, we would love to help you with those. So come on in, see us, or get a hold of us. We have something at the bottom of the screen, right? You can contact us at the bottom of the screen. You can call us. We're on Facebook. One way or another, get a hold of us. We would love to be able to help you out with any of the questions that you might have about any of the topics that we discuss here at Riverside Health and Fitness. So until next week, we're going to be celebrating our 1-year anniversary of marriage this weekend. So we'll be out celebrating. You guys have a good week, and we will talk to you very soon. Take care.